Good afternoon, Tidewater Landing homeowners. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon for the Thompson Island beer tasting. So let me first start out. To my left, I have Lauren from Thompson Island. From my right, I have Erica from the Carl & Friedman Companies, and I am Jeff Evans from the Carl & Friedman Companies. So first and foremost, thank you, Thompson Island. Thank you, Lauren, for being here.
Always a pleasure.
We're in the Shell model now, an amazing spot. You haven't been here, set up your appointment and come. But more importantly, Lauren, beer.
We are here for beer.
So tell us first of all about Thompson Island.
So Thompson Island is a Sodell Concepts restaurant. We are their brew pub, and we're located in Rehoboth Beach, right around where Bed Bath & Beyond is. We have a wood-fired kitchen, and we specialize in fried chicken and a lot of comfort foods. And then, as you can see, we make our own beer.
Yeah, and it is fantastic. Like to say, we gave away some beer at our pie giveaway this past Thanksgiving, and that's kind of how this even started up because multiple homeowners said, I want more Thompson Island beer.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, hey, I know Lord.
And I'm happy
and
to
I was like,
oblige.
and I know Erica. We like beer.
Let's
we like
make it
giving it
happen.
away, so let's make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 3 beers tonight.
We do.
Can you first tell us about this first beer we have in front of us?
All right, so one of the cardinal rules of craft beer drinking is you always want to drink your way from lighter flavors to darker flavors, because if you start in the reverse, your palate's going to be overpowered by notes of either bitterness or roastiness, so you won't be able to taste the subtleties in the lighter beers. So today we're starting with Lob Lolly, which is this beer right here.
Love the new logo. Love it.
If you're opening it up at home, it's the blue label. So
Yeah, it's
take
an
the
awesome label.
Blue Label beer, that is just a traditional blonde ale. It's 5.5% alcohol. It's going to be biscuity. You're going to have a lot of citrusy notes off of that, but overall, it's not overly bitter, and it's just a very light, easy drinking beer. When we brew beer, we also think about how it pairs with food. And when you pick something like a blonde ale, it's going to pair very well with pretty much anything. It'll go well with your chicken wings, it'll go well with your burgers, it'll go well with a salad.
So I just had tacos, and it's going to go pretty well with
I
those.
think it is.
All right, well, I got to try it now. Erica, I'm
Let's do it.
going to put you on the spot. You're going to be the
Okay.
first reaction.
Delicious.
Oh, back for another.
Light and refreshing.
I definitely get those floral citrusy notes off of it when you give it the aromatics.
Yeah,
now.
definitely.
But then when I'm drinking it, I get a lot of cereal and biscuit notes.
No, it's great. I mean, it's definitely, as being someone who loves craft beer and, having a wide variety of stuff, I think this is we talk about this a lot with our golf courses.
Right.
People are looking for drinkable things that, it's nice that you go out and you're playing golf, have something, a nice refreshing beer. Like, this to me is nice, light, crisp, refreshing, like definitely barbecuing out at the house, or whatever it may be. Definitely just a very easy, drinkable beer.
In the business, we call them shower beers or lawnmower beers.
Really?
Yes.
Well, see, at Tidewater Landing, you don't have to mow your own lawn, so you can actually, if someone's mowing it for you, you can just go out and just drink a beer and watch them mow it.
Awesome.
It's the same experience as long as there's the smell of fresh grass.
This is great. This is so. And then, how long has this been one of your first beers you guys put out, or is this?
Yes, we have had both the Lob Lolly and the Thompson Island IPA pretty much since day one, which day one was only a year and a half ago.
So
We opened in October of 2019.
Yeah, it's right next to Blue Coast Rehoboth. Yeah, awesome. Awesome location there on Route 1. The back deck there, our backyard. I don't know how you want to phrase it.
Right.
Erica's favorite spot.
Favorite spot, awesome. You've got the fire pit, which I love. Just a sweet spot to hang out, especially during COVID. Fresh air, you can't beat that.
Yeah, and at this time of year, we've got it with heaters and tenting so
Awesome.
that you can still feel comfortable being outside, but it's not overly cold.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. All right, I want to give one last cheers for the Lob Lolly, and then we'll move on to the IPA. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Good.
Enjoy, people. All right, everybody, we are back with our next beer. Lauren, tell us about it.
All right, so you're gonna take your sample pack and you're gonna go for the can with the green label. That is the Thompson Island IPA. Thompson Island IPA is a very traditional IPA. And what I mean by that is you're gonna find a lot of grapefruit and pine notes in it, which is what the typical American style IPA was before it started evolving.
Gotcha.
Now it's a very evolving style of beer where each region is coming out with its own interpretation of it. But when we talk about and are judged against the traditional American style of IPA, this is what we're talking about. It's 6.5% alcohol. You're going to get a little bit of pippiness from it.
Did you say Pippi?
Hippie.
I like Pippi.
Hippie.
Like Pippi Longstocking? I mean,
I'll work on that after the beer.
yeah, okay.
All right, so with this one, we're going to take our beer, we're going to give it a swirl because you really want to get the nose off of it. And you're going to get those grapefruit and pine notes. Then you're going to get a slightly caramel body. And then you're going to have just a light citrusy finish and a little bit of bitterness on the aftertaste. This beer just won the best American IPA in the world from the U.S. Open Beer Tasting Championships.
Award winning?
Award gold medal winning.
Awesome.
Yeah, best IPA in the world is brewed right here in Delaware. We're pretty proud of that fact.
I bet you a lot of people don't know that, Diana. It's awesome. That's why, yeah, to me, this beer, it's like the La Bla is a little bit lighter.
Right.
This one to me is like if I was gonna have the go-to beer, like I like IPAs, but which as you said, IPAs have gotten crazy into where they've gone all over the
Right.
spectrum on stuff, and I feel like this is it's much more traditional, tasty. Erica, I know you've been called a hophead before for IPA. It's not overly hoppy.
It's not overly hoppy. That's why I like it. Sometimes the IPAs can get a little too hoppy for me, but I really can taste that grapefruit, which I love.
Well, and the nice thing about this, especially as you're talking about not liking overly hoppy
Mhm.
beers, is you have enough of a caramel body to it
Mhm.
that none of that bitterness really jumps out at you. It's very well balanced in a way that there is no major cloying like bitterness.
What would you pair this with? What would you eat with it?
Generally speaking, when you're pairing an IPA with food, you're looking at either complementary or contrasting foods. So generally with the IPA, they recommend for going for something that is very, very spicy, like buffalo wings that will bring
Sense.
the spice out on it.
Oh, that's good stuff right there.
But you can also go for something that is very fatty.
Mm.
And what that will do is that will help tone down the fattiness of the usually it's meat.
Yeah.
But my secret favorite pairing is an IPA and cream cheese. Because it is
Wow.
going to make the bitterness jump so
Huh.
much. No, that's how
That's a
how
shot-
you have an
shot.
IPA for breakfast with a bagel.
This is new.
This is new. I think we're going to reach out to our friends.
This is
Surf
exciting.
Bagel.
Yeah.
I think you guys might know what's up about Surf Bagel coming up. But the friends at Surf Bagel, best bagels around. If you have not had them, they are the greatest. Maybe there's a cream cheese beer tasting all coming together.
Oh my god. If we get the jalapeno cream cheese, then we've got the
Yes.
spicy and the creamy.
Okay, you heard
There's-
it first here, folks.
This is, I mean, we are. Things are happening here.
Things
people.
are happening
Taste
here.
makers.
Yeah, I definitely would say so. Would you say is this your top selling beer?
It is.
Okay, so
Without a shadow of a doubt, this
Okay.
is our top selling beer.
so if someone comes into Thompson Island for the first time, is this the beer they should try?
Ooh, that's a
Oh,
loaded question.
I'm gonna put it on the back burner. Put it on the back burner, and we'll come back to that. Because there's,
Okay.
I mean, I'd say there's, to me, I think if I've been there several times now. A lot of research went into this video,
It did.
and I feel like this is a really good one to start on.
My
Non-beer employee.
counterpoint to
Yeah.
that would be if you do not like bitter beers, you'll still not like this
Yeah,
one.
okay.
So it's very important to understand your own palate when you walk into a brewery and make a decision about what you're going to drink. For example, my favorite style of beer is a stout. If somebody was like, you gotta have the IPA, I'll question that pretty hard because
Wow.
I'd much rather have a stout. I like sweet things.
So actually, it's funny. One of the beers that we're having today, but we gave away at Thanksgiving here was the Cosmic Stout,
Yes.
which I would put up there as a very underrated beer because I think people get scared by the stout. We actually had it at Bear Trap Dunes, one of our sister properties,
Yeah.
and that was the first beer to sell out. Was the Cosmic Stout.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
For a lot of people, it's about, the smoothness, the roastiness, and not so much the bitterness.
Well, I think too also, I think they get confused. They think it's high. I think stout is high alcohol. super high alcohol, and it's not always the case.
Actually, the
Oh,
darker
boy.
the beer.
Oh, no.
I know. I'm sorry. You keep saying things that I have to correct assumptions. So when you're brewing beer, dark malts create the body, and they also create less fermentable sugars. The lower the sugar content, the lower the alcohol content's able to be. So when you're dealing with a lot of those high alcohol stouts, it's because they've added additional either sugar or fermentable sugars to it. But a dark beer in and of itself is usually a lower alcohol beer because dark malts can't create as much alcohol.
Are you just trying to say I'm wrong?
Do you want to fight?
No, I'm gonna say I think that's a perfect segue to our next beer coming up. But I have to say right now, IPA is in the lead for me.
All right.
It's in the lead.
Okay.
Not that we're judging.
I
but
didn't know we were voting.
You know, when in doubt, we gotta vote. This is what this country's about. So we're gonna. But no, I think that was really good, and I'm super excited for the next beer.
Let's do it. So we are back. We are now at our third beer, our final beer, the Scholl's. Tell us a little about this one.
All right, so this is the final unopened can in your package. And if you're not sure which one that is, it is the brown label. This was an Imperial Mocha Stout that we brewed with coffee beans from Swell Joe Coffee. Now, most of you probably know Swell Joe as the coffee that they sell at Surf Bagel, and it's roasted right in that same building.
Wow.
And they do a lot of really great roasts. Like, personally, my favorite's the Snickerdoodle, which is the Snickerdoodle one.
So good. That is so good.
But we couldn't figure out how to put that in beer yet. So this one is the Awake blend.
Okay.
And we took some coffee beans and we aged this on those coffee beans. This is a 9.1% beer. And because it's a stout, you're gonna get those typical roasty, toasty notes in there, a little bit of caramel. But then the addition of the coffee beans will just heighten those notes. This is gonna taste like drinking a cold brew.
Okay.
And it's very smooth.
The smell.
And
I mean, you saw
it's got cacao nibs in it.
I mean, it's impressive.
Oh, wow.
Like, the aroma from this beer. I mean, definitely of all the three, I think this is the most fragrant beer. Well, I guess, and we're trying now. Okay.
Are we going?
I mean, you guys.
I'm sorry, you topped it up so much. I had to get my hands on it. You'll get a little bit of the cacao nibs in there as well. And the nice thing about the cacao nibs is they give you a little bit of that chocolatiness, but also a little hint of bitterness.
That is so good. As a coffee drinker myself, I'm usually not into the stouts. I could have a whole can of this. This is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I love that cocoa taste of it, and it is super smooth.
Yeah.
And you don't, as a 9% beer, as I learned that all dark beers are from before. But I mean, for 9% beer, this tastes. I mean, honestly, this doesn't taste high alcohol. This is very smooth, very easy drinking. And I mean, would you for food pairings?
Oh,
I was saying.
this one's easy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dessert.
Yeah.
You treat this just like it was a cup of coffee in terms of how you pair it. So it'll go very well with any dessert, but it'll particularly go well with chocolate. Now, if you've decided to switch things up a little bit and have a stout with your entree, this goes really well with barbecue.
Okay.
I was gonna say, to me, I almost like. Now, I guess I have that mindset, kind of like a red wine of like a lot of times, like a Pinot Noir going with like a steak. Is there like, I mean, do you feel like stouts, or is there a particular? I guess me, I don't know why I think we think stouts go with steak, but maybe that's completely wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
You've got a lot of caramelization on the steak. You've got a lot of caramel notes in here. There
Yeah.
are flavors that will complement each other. I like it with roasted beef, like like a pot roast or something like that. But it also makes a really great braising liquid. We braise our onions at Thompson Island in the Cosmic Cow, and that gives you just a nice hint of caramelization. And then we put that on top of our world famous burger. World famous because I told my brother in Korea about it.
That's make it
Past
worldwide.
country line.
Now I'm gonna put this out there. Most underrated burger, Thompson Island.
Ooh.
I don't, and we've got a lot of burgers in our portfolio of restaurants too that are amazing. So
Especially Sodell restaurants with burgers.
I'm gonna say, I think it's underrated. People don't understand how good that burger is.
Yeah.
That burger is phenomenal. I'm a big fan.
Well, you just missed Burger Month. It's currently Grilled Cheese Month at Thompson Island. and
City
all
next
other
year, Jeff.
Sodell restaurants. But I would challenge you. Meet up with me every Friday. We'll go to a different Sodell restaurant and eat a burger.
This is tough. I don't think you're up
and
for
we'll
it.
tell people the truth.
I mean, I
Like, if that's the most underrated, which one is the most,
well, I'm not gonna say anything's overrated. I'm gonna say everything. I'm gonna say, well, one thing I've admitted this, and this is I pretty much said in my life I would never eat deviled eggs. I did have a jalapeno deviled eggs at one of the Sodell restaurants that was insanely good.
He's come around.
I've come around. I also would say one of my favorite places. I'm a huge Lupo fan. I love Lupo. I think that is of anything. I don't think people know about Lupo well enough.
Oh, that's my favorite little secret.
Yeah, and then I also would say, a cool place for us. I mean, Erica and I are kind of all over the Lewis, Rehoboth, Bethany, kind of like Papa Grande's. Love sitting outside of Papa
Oh, it's a
Grande's,
great view.
getting
It's so
a
fun.
margarita.
Yep.
Is a great spot.
It is.
So big fan of that. Margarita and then a beer. But I'm not forgetting about the beer. So don't worry.
I mean, I've seen the numbers. The people there really like margaritas.
Yeah.
You can't blame them.
Now, so where does someone? So say I'm not going to Thompson Island tonight.
Okay.
Where do I find Thompson Island?
You can find Thompson Island at every Sodell
That's what I
restaurant.
thought. Okay.
Everyone
Awesome.
carries at least one of our cans. Quite a few of them carry up to 3 of our brands.
And I think it was really cool too. I mean, with the Thompson Island, and I think some of the other restaurants like Crust and Craft, you can actually get when you do the chow now ordering for carry out. You can actually also order Thompson
Yes.
Island too.
You can add it on any of our chow nows. So if you're ordering online from any Sodell Concepts restaurant, you can add a 4-pack of beer. You can add bottles of wine.
Yep.
You can add single cocktails, which
Wow.
That's
is
so
cool. Yeah.
glorious.
Makes
That-
it so easy.
I mean, I'll be honest, I have not figured out how to make a margarita at home yet. I've had 9 months at home.
I was
to
Yeah.
gonna
figure it
say,
out,
I know.
and I still can't get it right.
Right.
Yeah, I really like it now. I've actually, especially during the pandemic, I really have been to living in Lewis, have been to Thompson quite a bit, and I think I really love, especially when you guys did some special releases of beers that I was able to get, and then to get it carry out too, which was really nice. I didn't have to get out of the car. I can park in the space, and how like the staff there is like on top of it, on top. You get a text message first of all saying, "Hey, let us know when you get here. Pull into a certain spot." And then you
Can't
text.
be more easy.
You can't be easier than that. Like I was like, I don't have to get in my car, and I've got amazing food, best burger around, and great beer.
It's a match made in heaven.
I mean, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. So
It is. Like, I do appreciate the fact that so many restaurants, especially in our company, have evolved to meet the challenge of improving carryout business right now. But I think it's the service that goes with it that's really put our company above
Yeah.
and beyond. I'm so happy that there are good carryout places now.
that makes life easier. All right, Erica, I talk a lot. I'm gonna drink this beer. What do you got for me?
Let's drink.
Okay, cheers. And then I got one last question.
Oh man.
Well, Erica, how does someone, if they have not been paying attention to social media for Tidewater Landing, how do they find us?
LiveTidewater.com. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We are there. We are active. We're live. How many lots do we have left over here at Tidewater?
Oh, it is rocking and rolling. We have 12 left at last check. I think that might go down very soon, but we are moving forward to the completion of the community. It's been a great now obviously beginning of 2021 here, but it's been a great about a year, so we're super excited. And then Lauren, how does someone find Thompson Island?
Drive right down Route 1. We're on the
Wow.
right-hand side.
or I mean, come on, social media now.
Yeah.
I saw you follow Tidewater Landing today on
I
Instagram.
did. I wanted to know what I was getting into before I did this.
That's smart. Very smart.
So you can find us on Instagram, Thompson Island Beer. You can find us on Facebook. Just look for Thompson Island Brewing. We use those platforms to talk about a lot of our dinner specials, the beers we have coming out, but also to give you a little bit of an inside look at, the daily operations of our kitchen. We have a really fantastic staff of servers and kitchen folks, and we want people to know how good of a job we think they're doing.
Awesome.
Definitely. And I do love a lot of the food photos, and definitely just for lunch, dinner, options, like it's always cool to see oh wow, like that.
recently you guys had like a poblano burger thing on there that was like the most. I like your burgers. It
We're
was
going back
amazing.
to the burger.
Yeah.
We might need to talk to you about eating other things.
Yeah.
Your diet may need
We
to
learned
vary a
something
little bit.
in this.
I had tacos
tasting.
today, but all right. Well, thank you so much for being here, Tidewater Landing residents. We hope you had fun. Enjoy the beers. Enjoy Tidewater Landing. Stay safe. And I mean, I would like to do more of these. So that's all I gotta say. If you are enjoying this and you want to do more, please let us know. We love doing stuff. So thanks so much.
Definitely. Cheers.
Cheers.